Okay, guys, let's go over Facebook magnets, which are photos or cartoons that are interesting and intense or funny, and people share them on their own on Facebook. So it's something viral. As you can see, we have that comatose businessman from the cover of our book, Brutal Biz, the Brutal Biz series, which is really your first source for an image. Take the photo of your book, the cover, and reimagine it. Change it up, put a crazy quote over it. If there's a person's face, you might put a question mark over their face or X their face out and put a radical quote underneath there. Simply alter it. And that means, of course, that we're putting your cover image in the mind of people. We're priming them to know what your books are about, to like your book, to buy your books. Now here's Hirokoko. Okay, and as you can see, it's the little cute character. She's interacting with an antagonist. He's saying something negative or strange. And the leverage is win high-class Hirokoko shirts at hirokoko.com. That's the lever to get people to our hub. And you can do a lot more than that. You can say win a poster. You can directly tell them what they're getting, or a poster of this, win a poster of this image, etc. So where does the idea come from for these cartoons? Well, the New Yorker is famous for their cartoons. Now, these are avid book buyers. They're wealthy. They're well educated. So when we look at something like cartoons or Facebook magnets, it may seem a bit silly, but it's very effective. New Yorker has a long history of these cartoons, which are pretty great. And if we go to Quantcast, we can see that these are very affluent people. 1 in 50K is very much overrepresented and above, and also grad school, 31% or more. So this is a great audience to target, and also it's filled with avid book buyers. Now, avid book buyers are that 20% of the people that buy 80% of the books, and they just keep buying them and buying. So ideas, where do you get ideas for your magnets? Well, quotes. We have a business series called Brutal Biz. We find a kind of radical quote: business is religion, and religion is business. The man who does not make a business of his religion has a religious life of no force, and the man who does not make a religion of his business has a business life of no character. Now, when we look up the person who said this quote, good old Malty, he's a reverend and a doctor. Now we find this image in the public domain that we can freely use, and it's interesting. He looks very stern. It's a very old image. It looks like a guy that you should not mess with, basically. So we could make crazy colors here. We could put a quote, another photo, something more modern, right? Make it interesting, and of course use leverage. Who said this quote, why, what's the domain name, where do we go, what do we do, what do we win? Of course, Wikimedia Commons is a huge resource for you. It's 13 million and more freely usable media files, right? Dreamstime is great. It has low prices and extremely high quality, and also you of course have covered yourself 1,000% because you can prove, yeah, I bought this image, I paid to license it, and I'm licensing it. There's no gray area there. Now, Flickr is a huge gold mine. As you can see, I'm looking up the word businessman in the advanced search, and as we roll down, we want to make sure we check these three blocks here. These three squares. Only search within Creative Commons licensed content to use images to use commercially and to modify. All right, now you're really covered. Hit search, find something that intrigues you and looks interesting, that will intrigue others, and then I recommend you go to the profile of the person, the photographer, and check out his profile. See who he is. Does he have a blog? Message him. Make sure these are actually his images. Right, we want to cover our posteriors. That's very important. Now, this is worth1000.com, which is a website filled with Photoshop geniuses, basically. But look at this image. I mean, it's a perfect Facebook magnet. If you license this from the artist, here's your quote, maybe in bloody red letters, some radical quote, and then there's your domain name. Maybe with, hey, win a poster of this, or enter our contest. Right, win an iPad. Leverage. Also, you'll notice that these are two very famous images, both copyrighted, but the people who created this mix here, this Photoshop mix, are getting in no trouble at all. Right, they're completely scot-free, no problem. Why? Well, it's called fair use. Now, I can't recommend you do this, but I do recommend you go up to Nolo and find out more about it because it's extremely powerful. It's the type of thing where I can't tell you to do it on my word, but when you know what it is, you can do it on your own. It involves parody or research, and we're clearly in the area of parody and more, but do yourself a favor and educate yourself on this. It's very powerful stuff. Okay, also, you can go to deviantart.com, you can directly license images, and you can directly work with artists. Now look at this image for a businessman, holy cow. How do you like that? I mean, I'd buy a poster of this immediately, right? You can put some quotes on there, your domain name, a contest, come on through, win this poster. We have 10 of these posters we're giving away, come on through to brutalbiz.com. Look at this, holy cow. Okay, and of course, Facebook magnets are tailor-made for Pinterest, and here's my friend Perry Catulio. One of her boards, of course, has Hiro Coco and Hello Kitty. Quite mysterious.